81 degrees. It's just cruel, is what I'm saying. It's cruel. See what you did there.
with Ravi's Getting to Know You segment, we have broken it up into 2 different segments. So the first round is going to be more easy, fun kind of questions. And then the rapid fire. And then the second round is a little bit more insightful.
Let's go deep.
Into the person. And then, mega deep.
Let's go deep into it.
Yeah. And you liked the questions last week.
Loved it.
Yeah, so it's a lot of the same questions because we want to get to know each person and we want to make... there are a couple tweaks here and there based on the person. Like there's going to be some questions in there for Menace that weren't in there for Ravy.
Yeah.
There's one in there for Seabass that wasn't in for Ravy last week. So let's get to know Seabass.
Where you really you are.
The Woody Show.
Get to know all about you.
That's right, bitch.
Hey! Julie Andrews.
I don't believe that's Julie.
I'm sure she did a version.
All right, so getting to know you, Seabass. Rapid fire, are you ready?
Yes.
What city were you born in?
Nashville, Tennessee, but actually probably Cheatham County, which is outside of Tennessee. You recall, I did not get my birth certificate until I was like 5.
Wow.
So my mom kind of filled in a lot of stuff after the fact, but I had a home birth on like some kind of compound/farm that my parents owned outside of Nashville. Complicated answer to a simple question.
Get us some towels and hot water.
Are your parents still married?
Yes, of course.
Where are your ancestors from?
I'm like Ravy, I did 23andMe. I'm about 50% British, 35% other European, and then 15% Eastern European, probably Polish mostly.
All right, which do you prefer, city or suburbs?
City!
Do you believe in zodiac signs?
No, that's nonsense and it's harmful to real science.
What are your top 5 favorite movies?
Borat, Predator, Bloodsport, the Blues Brothers, and any of the Naked Guns or Police Academy spin-offs.
Okay. Childhood hero?
Toss up between Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger, but probably Stallone more.
All right. What did you want to be when you grew up?
Baseball player.
Yeah.
Didn't work out so hot, but so did every little boy, mostly.
What was your first job?
Me and my friend started mowing lawns around the neighborhood when I was age 11, and we would just go to people's houses and write like a little estimate on a slip, put their address down. We went on Microsoft Paint and painted like a little picture of a kid.
That sounds so much like Seabass.
And so we put like $11 for your yard, put it in their mailbox, and we had a pretty good business every summer.
Yeah. Wow, he took it to the next level, right?
Right.
Yeah, invoices and stuff.
Yeah.
Great.
Where is your favorite place in the entire world to go?
Overall, I gotta say Las Vegas because it's great. Everyone there we have a mutual agreement. We're all there to get drunk, have sex, and have a good time.
Okay. Who would you like to play you in a movie?
I would like for Ryan Reynolds, but I think the better choice would be Jake Gyllenhaal because he does play more weirdo loner types.
That is true.
Good point.
Is that how you would describe yourself?
I'm very much a Jake Gyllenhaal type, I
Yeah.
would say.
Yeah.
Not so weird like Joaquin Phoenix weird.
Right.
Plus,
Middle ground, yeah.
Yeah, Jake Gyllenhaal's a good average.
Good.
What's something you can't live without?
Having a real gym and a real exercise is like, activity, physical activity in a structured manner I love. Can't live without.
Okay. Smartest person you know. I'm interested to get his answer on this one. Don't say yourself.
Getting.
Yeah.
The only person, I don't deal with anybody on a daily or regular basis who's smarter than me. But there's actually a doctor, there's a doc guy I know at Georgia Tech. He was my professor, I believe, twice in chemical engineering. That's Dr. Pete Ludovich. He's got a doctorate in chemical engineering. Very, very smart guy. And he does like science comedy on the side.
Really?
It's all like chemistry puns, and it's not good, but God bless him. He and I hosted the Georgia Tech parade one time.
Does he do the chemistry pun of, hey, you spelled my cold what?
I'm sure that's in his repertoire.
Favorite TV show of all time?
I just watched the newest episode of Family Guy, and that's it still holds up. I'm still laughing out loud. They didn't, no offense to our friends at The Simpsons, but they didn't go off in another direction like The Simpsons did after 10 years. 18 years later, they're still cranking out terrible, offensive humor.
Favorite food?
Pizza. It's just too versatile. There's too many things you can do with it. I thought I was considering sushi, but...
Okay. We're getting to know Seabass. This is the rapid fire round. What was the name of the first album you ever bought, and who was it by?
I believe that was Guns N' Roses' Appetite for Destruction on cassette, which my parents were like, oh, what's that you got? So we played it. It's pretty damn dirty. It's got a lot of drug references, like on some road trip, and we were like just sitting there in the back cringing the entire time.
Yeah.
It's like, my effing knees.
Yeah, my parents did not want me to have that. Didn't know that I had it.
Right.
And I had a copy of it that I made from my cousin where I labeled it something else like Michael Jackson.
Right.
Mariah Carey.
Yeah, so they wouldn't even know.
Yeah.
What is something that people think makes them look cool but actually makes them look ridiculous?
I see this a lot on dating profiles. It is the looking off into the distance, but non-ironically, like
Looking toward.
I'm contemplating something, but like not in a funny way. Just and then,
Right.
Like, a lot of girls will do that. Will hold their hair with like their nails.
Yeah.
That and second is like Instagram traps, like the idiot who drove 2 hours to go find a poppy field like Cameron. Just for one photo that doesn't look that great, you're a waste of time.
Alright. What is something that people like to say that you think is total BS?
It doesn't matter what other people think. People say that all the time. I don't care what other people think. Yes, you do.
Yes.
Or you wouldn't put on clothes in the morning.
Yup.
Amongst a billion other things.
Agree.
Well, that might be just not to get arrested. The clothes.
Because, but you care.
Yeah, you care what the cops say.
Exactly.
Everybody
I would
cares.
say you care on certain levels.
Right.
You know, some people mega care. So
Other people who honestly
if
don't
you
care.
say where you absolutely zero, then that's impossible.
Yeah, that's the guy pooping on the sidewalk and screaming at the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, also illegal.
Also what?
Illegal.
But yeah,
Pooping on the
Depends
sidewalk.
on
Well, it depends what city.
Yeah.
That's San Francisco.
Seabass, what is the best thing about your life?
I basically get to do what I want all the time, every day. Essentially, outside of work, I got no kids to deal with, obviously. No significant other to worry about scheduling or planning. I don't live near or with my parents. They don't care, as long as I'm not in the news for getting arrested or something. I basically get to do whatever I want, anytime I want.
Okay. What is the best thing about being your gender?
Essentially the same thing. I basically get to do what I want anytime I want. That's more from like a safety perspective. Like I can, let's say cart narcs, for instance. I can go out and do that because I'm not afraid of getting my ass kicked. I can, go out late at night and at 3 a.m. talking to people. Like I can basically get away with anything I want.
Okay. How do you think you would survive in prison?
I will be very, very quiet. And I've learned this: accept no favors because they will want payback.
Yep.
Don't take any gifts. No handouts. Don't let anybody help you because they.
Jobs.
Yeah. Indeed, because they will want something in return. That's all a manipulation.
Change.
Be very
Okay.
quiet.
But do you think you do well in prison?
Oh yeah, I think I would actually.
Try it.
Give it a shot.
Yeah.
Do a year.
And what's the best impression you can do?
Don't do a lot of celebrities, but I can do Cameron pretty good. On the show.
The music.
All right. Yeah. Let's hear this.
This is your best impression, getting to know Seabass, and his impression of fake news. Cameron.
Hey, you guys, guess what I bought over the weekend? A little squeeze bottle so I can make mini pancakes and put him in a bowl and eat it like cereal.
That's really good. In stereo.
Squeeze bottle.
That was so accurate.
It's so cool. I used to bring it with my girlfriend. We do our podcast together like a little bitch.
Any questions though?
Yeah, rapid fire.
The questions are going to get harder after the break. We're getting to know Seabass. We'll continue with those harder questions next here on The Woody Show. Hang on.
Hey, hang tight. We just found a really gross video on the internet. We gotta check it out. More Woody Show next. Okay, play it again.
Where do you think I'm gonna go, genius? To my right?
Universal Studios,
Am I gonna go to my right? Am I gonna go to my fucking right?
Every moment is tested for absolute awesomeness.
From one-of-a-kind attractions to the world-famous studio tour, it's non-stop excitement you won't find anywhere else.
My old 98.7 has this year's stack of free tickets, so you can try it all out yourself. Doesn't that sound fun?
Listen every hour from 5 a.m. until 9 p.m. for your chance to win 4 packs of tickets to Universal Studios Hollywood. It's the best day in LA.
More info at alt987fm.com.
LA's new alternative.
There's a highway that stretches across the 93 days of summer, where worship isn't offered to the sun, but to the smoking tire, the S-curve, and the spin turn. And if you ride it, make sure you're doing the Dodge Charger, Challenger, or Durango, because on this highway, the lines being blurred are the ones between drivers and demons. Welcome to Highway 93. Dodge is a registered trademark.
Are you looking for a rewarding new career? Join the United States Postal Service and apply for roles nationwide. Serve your community with pride and receive benefits including competitive pay and opportunities for advancement. Whether you are looking for full-time, part-time, or seasonal positions, we have options that may be perfect for you. The United States Postal Service is an equal opportunity employer. Apply now at USPS.com/careers.
Everyone, who's manning the front of Big E's nightclub needs a bouncer with a military background.
Dougie, I need you to keep eyes on the back.
Security who lays down the no when the get too intense.
That Swedish DJ duo is back tonight. Y'all remember last time?
Indeed can help them hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. You can schedule and conduct virtual interviews all from your employer dashboard. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back to Earth, folks. We hope you enjoyed your 8.5 minutes in orbit.
Technology lets you vacation in space, but to get work done on Earth, you need more than technology. You need CDW to design and manage a Cisco hybrid work solution that delivers the same secure network experience to all your satellite offices. And with consistent connectivity that empowers your team, they can collaborate from any space.
And no, you can't keep the helmet.
Cisco makes hybrid work.
'Cause today I found my friends in my head. I'm so ugly, that's okay, 'cause so are you. Broke arm is Sunday morning, it's every day for all I care. And I'm not scared, light my candles in our days, 'cause I found God.
We are the Woody Show. Hey. And we are on vacation this week. Still hooking you up. Even though we're on vacation, we are setting you up the 4 packs of tickets to Universal Studios Hollywood. End of summer 4 packs every hour, 5 a.m. to 9 p.m. today. Here on all 98.7.
Sitting in my blind spot, genius?
tough.
And you feel like he's been sincere, Greg?
I absolutely do.
Yeah,
This is really interesting.
Yeah, so we had the quicker questions, and now we get into ones that are a little bit more difficult.
In depth.
We're going to try to get to know Seabass a little bit better. Mr. Narc Marks.
Hey, Narc Marks.
Mr. DUIQ. So how do you think people see you?
Well, I think, and I'm sure you guys will agree, that they see me as aloof and uncaring. And I've heard this before from people, and I never told this to anybody. But when I first started here on the Woody Show and moved into town, I considered, I was like, you know what I'm going to do? Is I'm going to be Mr. says hello to everyone in the hallway, shakes their hand, and says their name, greets everybody by their name, Mr. Everybody's friend. Thought about that. I was like, okay, yeah. And then thought about it. And then I was like, okay. I don't want to do that.
Not doing that.
I don't want to do that. Well, for a minute, I was like, oh yeah, I'll be like, hey, what's up? Hey, what's up, Mitch? How's it going? Hey, what's up? Baby, how you doing? How's the Pittsburgh doing this weekend? How's the
Pitts doing?
All right, so what's the one thing that people always misunderstand about you?
Well, they get that impression and they think that I am unfriendly and wouldn't want to like hang out and do stuff. I would. I would have conversations. Menace brings us up all the time. In the right atmosphere, I can be very magnanimous.
True.
He uses.
Yeah, right.
No, sure.
That's a Menace word.
As long as there's alcohol.
Well, but like, at events, even like daytime events where there's not any kind of drinking, Menace, I've said this many times, I can be very, what do they say, charming? I can confirm.
Yeah, you can turn it on and off.
Yeah.
For sure.
So yeah, I'm capable of this sort of thing, but people see like every day average, they think, oh, he doesn't want to talk or do any of that stuff. Well, I'm open to that.
What's the one thing you would like to change about yourself?
We've talked about this on the air. I'm average height. I'm Woody height, maybe. Menace height, maybe. But if you're just a little bit taller, holy crap.
You don't even need a personality.
Exactly. It's like big boobs for women.
How tall are you?
5'10". And that's average. But and you see it on dating profiles. Women say
Must be this height.
Must be 6 foot. Or they'll say their height, indicating, be taller than me, essentially. Like, I'm 5'10".
Put tissues in your shoes.
All right, what's the What's the one thing you wish you knew how to do?
I want to be able to draw and animate. I think I'm starting to take a few little classes online, but if I could kind of do that, I would be a better rounded producer of things, I think.
Who or what inspires you the most?
And I know we just crapped on him recently, but Elon Musk, like, you can say what you want about Dan Bilzerian, he made his money playing poker, which doesn't really do anything for the world. I mean, good for him, he deserves it, but Elon Musk is like putting satellites in space and making self-driving cars one day, hopefully, right, Menace High Five.
Absolutely. The Muskness rules.
Yeah, super smart, so that's why he would be at the top of the list.
Where have you felt the most failure? I was interested in this question.
Yeah, think about this.
It's hard for him to admit.
Great.
And this came up on the show recently, too, and it goes back to what I wanted to be when I was a little kid, which was a professional baseball player. And when I got into high school, after not playing any baseball at all, except for, my kids' league stuff, I tried out for the baseball team, didn't make it. So I was a year younger than everybody else there. We didn't have a junior varsity or a freshman baseball team, so you're either varsity or nothing. Didn't make it, and I had no way to practice, so there's no way I would do nothing and make it next year.
Yeah.
That was very sad for young Seabass.
What about the most success?
Anytime anybody who I admire sees my stuff and likes it, this is very fringe, but this happened recently with Cartnarks, where I saw that someone said, hey, Gavin McGinnis sent me here. And for folks who don't know, Gavin McGinnis was one of the co-founders of Vice Magazine. Mm-hmm. He's also gotten a bad rap lately because he's got involved with some stuff on the alt-right, which is not so nice. But as a comedian, as a tastemaker, I respect that part of him, that he apparently found Cartnarks, didn't know anything about the Woody Show or me personally, but just found it and was like, I love this style of humor. So anytime something like that pops up, I'm enthused.
We're getting to know Seabass a little bit better with some, these are harder questions than we had in that first round, that rapid fire round. The next question is, out of all the positive emotions, passion, positivity, enthusiasm, and initiative, which one of those is your biggest strength?
I would say initiative. Like, my attitude, as you guys have seen, is let's try this out. Let's do this.
Totally agree.
Yeah, let's we can talk about it, or let's do it.
Okay.
It's more interesting if we do it.
Of the negative emotions, greed, anger, jealousy, and hate, which one do you say affects you the most?
I would say anger. We see it on the show. We're all beat. You know, like I'll be talking to rando who's selling crystals and telling me that they can heal my body and cleanse my chakras. Yeah. And I just I get angry with these people. I could pity them. I could empathize with them, but no, I just feel anger more than anything.
Because they take advantage of people.
Oh, exactly.
I wouldn't say he's outwardly angry though. Like, you don't show it too much.
No.
Like you kind of laugh it off.
You know when he's mad though.
Right.
Yeah.
On account of the positive.
Right. So positive.
Seabass, what's the most serious criminal act you have ever committed?
I had to think a lot about this one. My friend and I, someone who would mow lawns with me when I was 11, we got into a real big kick around the age of 16, because we knew we were minors still, of busting mailboxes with baseball bats.
Oh, no.
And I mean, one night it was 100.
Mailbox baseball.
Wow. We destroyed neighborhoods. Jeez. Yeah, it was bad. But again, we knew we were under 18, so we were like, whatever, we're minors.
What 3 things do you value most about a person?
Consistency, smart work, and active change. Because people say, I work hard, grind all the time. Yeah, that's great, but if you're pounding your head against the wall, who cares? Mm-hmm. You're not working smart. I know this really dumb moron in Atlanta who he's hosted his own podcast for 8 years, 3 hours a day. You're not working. Yeah, that's hard. It takes a lot of time, but you're not working smart. You're not doing anything. You're not making yourself better. So those are my 3 things.
If you could do one thing without suffering the consequences, what would you do?
I would remove children from crappy parents. And it's easy to point out to the child and family services cases. But when you see the little kid, the 5-year-old who's 200 pounds, fat as hell, and the parents, I would just, hey, you don't need that kid anymore.
You didn't do what with them?
You have a home or something.
Dump them off somewhere.
A ranch out.
Home perfection.
But you see it with little, but that's one example. Kids where the parents are just obviously rednecks or stupid. The kid's gonna
No business having kids.
Right. Anybody if your kids, one of these kids who are at home right now, the 30% or whatever kids who aren't even logging on to the school system.
Right.
Those are bad. That's bad parenting.
All right, now going on the kids thing. Assuming you had kids, actual kids that live with you, not the ones from the sperm bank. What's the one thing you would never want your kids to know about you?
And this is going to sound selfish and vain, but I would not necessarily want them, but at least until they were adults, to know some of the grosser chicks I've ever hooked up with. And
oh Lord!
I thought about this one. I'm thinking, and
some of the grosser chicks. Just can't have my son knowing this.
No. It made me feel bad to think of them seeing a picture or something.
Daddy, thanks.
Oh my God, Dad! Embarrassment.
If you had to put 3 things from your life into a time capsule, what would they be?
Some Cartnarks videos. My Mensa card, and maybe the Mensa card, but with my mom and my dad's Mensa cards and stuff. So it's a family thing.
Family Mensa cards.
Okay, that's a bulk deal on the black market site.
Right.
Again, this is gonna sound selfish and vain, but some memento about the one time I hooked up an actual legal porn star.
So the used condom.
Like a used condom.
There wasn't a condom involved.
STD test.
Yeah, I don't know, a video or something. I don't know. I don't know.
Herpes you scraped off.
A journal I put, I wrote a memoir.
Wow. Getting with a porn star, that must be real hard.
Yeah,
it was.
Good.
If you were guaranteed the correct answer to one question, what would you ask?
I would love to see how humanity ends, because it's not going to last forever. Yeah, we've been around about 200,000 years. The average species lasts 1 million years. Species. And it'd be fun. It'd be interesting, because people have all these,
Super volcano.
Is it the super volcano that takes us down?
Maybe we leave and become different. We merge
Evolve.
with robots, the singularity or whatever.
Mars.
Okay. And finally, what will people say about you at your funeral?
I would like for them to say I'm a fun guy, but I also want them to say whatever they want. I want that to be an open, they can talk crap, they can make jokes.
Imagine if all the slam pieces showed up.
Right.
Oh, especially the ones he's ashamed of.
Yeah.
Once he called gross.
I would want to just have a fun, and I want them to be open and not be respectful or whatever, like you see at certain funerals. And
more like a roast.
Yeah. More casual.
Yeah, more cash. And then I would like for them at the end to say, hey, are those 2 chicks doing it on top of the casket?
Nice. Seabass.
Oh my God.
Back around to
And then high fives.
we lost him for a minute, but then he came right back.
Hide the chicks, or they just show up?
I would hope they would do it of their own free will.
And I like how you have to question it. Are those two chicks on top of the casket?
Hey, what's going on top of the casket?
Let's get into those Seabass. We're going to take a break. More Woody Show next. Hang on.
The Woody Show. We'll be right back. All 98.7. LA's new alternative.
Everyone has a preference. Some like going straight from point A to B. Well, at BMW, we prefer point X. Because X is hairpin turns and gravel roads. It's reaching the limits and surpassing them. X means whichever way you want it to. And that's why we created a range of vehicles that help you find your point X. Like the dynamic X3 with agile handling and impressive performance for ultimate exploration. The original X vehicle, the X5, engineered to conquer even the most difficult paths. Or the pinnacle of comfort and luxury, and the biggest BMW ever built, the X7. And they're all packed with performance, power, and versatility. So you'll always get the best of X, no matter what kind of road lies ahead. The BMW X Range. Your next X venture starts here.
See a Southern California BMW Center today for exceptional lease.
flavor infuser.
You're the only one here who has one.
Okay, but do you consider Howie Mandel an enemy because of what happened at the Blue Bayou at Disney?
I don't consider him an enemy. No, I don't like the dude because he took my table. But I also think it's like kind of, it's not an enemy.
But you don't think that was his fault either? That was he didn't.
Right.
He didn't
know that. Yeah, I know that. Yeah.
But you don't like him because of it.
I don't like him because of it. Yeah, sure. But he's not an enemy. No.
First of all, my list is a great list, Allie. Already three.
Well, now you've got just random people like the produce guy at Ralph's, and then there's an ellipsis here, Ventura.
Oh, the Ralph's on Ventura. Yeah, that guy.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
That guy. I'm not. That guy. I'm really mad. That guy. I forget. This was years ago. But this guy, he steered me wrong with something.
Wait, you forget?
I remember being
you have somebody on your enemy list who you remember?
I remember
this guy recommended something and you didn't like it, so he made your enemy list?
Yeah, it was more than
It was a one-time thing?
No, it was not a one. It was a multiple-time thing. Because I made small talk with the guy, and then another time, he took something out of my cart and gave it to another customer.
Oh,
the same.
What the hell? That's rude.
Yes, I know. That's why he's on the enemy. Thank you. That's why he's on the enemy list. He's not there anymore, though, but I could probably cross him off at this point.
Moose Exterminator.
Mouse Exterminator.
Which one? Was this the guy who was trying to rip you off?
That's the guy who tried to rip me off for $thousands and convinced my wife that we had to move, and that's why we moved. So
that you needed to like destroy the foundation of your home.
Yeah, that was on the show. That guy's on my enemy list forever. That guy will always be on my enemy list because he tried to rip us off and he filled my wife's head with all sorts of nonsense.
What about the other mouse exterminator that came by and had no...
Well, the guy that just picked up the poop and left? Yeah. I'm not on my list. That guy's not on my list. He's not on my list. Hey, guys, correct. Is anyone else? You must have enemy lists of people.
This is weird.
How to take the best selfies at the park. I just set my phone down, put it in flex mode, and capture hands-free pics from multiple angles. Or how to capture our training sessions for his followers. I simply wave my hand to start recording video. Good boy! Plus, the Z Flip 4 is compact and fits perfectly in my pocket.
Visit Samsung.com today to get the new Galaxy Z Flip 4. Dragons are coming. Step back into the world of Game of Thrones with the new HBO original series, House of the Dragon, now streaming on HBO Max. Each week, return to Westeros for the inside scoop with the official Game of Thrones podcast, House of the Dragon. Dreams didn't make us kings. Dragons did. Listen to the official Game of Thrones podcast, House of the Dragon, on the iHeartRadio app or wherever you get your podcasts.
Being in your car and the Woody Show go together like being in your car and empty bags of fast food, older seats, and a couple of hoodies. And something that's just, I don't know what that is on your seat. The Woody Show.
I felt this way before.